Life teaches us to stay positive and hope for the best, you know. But sometimes the worst case scenario we fear is exactly the scenario that we get. You know, this truth can feel brutal, but it is also very liberating. Because it reminds us that no amount of wishful thinking can erase reality. Eh? Facing the worst head on is often where transformation begins. You know, when the worst case scenario becomes a reality, it strips away illusions. You are left with the raw truth of the situation. And from that place, you can finally act with clarity. You know, avoidance and denial often keep people stuck, but acceptance creates space for solutions. Seeing the worst case scenario not as punishment, but as an initiation, then it changes how you respond. Instead of wasting energy resisting, you channel your strength towards adaptation, towards problem solving, and even growth. You know, paradoxically, once you face your deepest fear and survive it, then it loses its power over you. And you often discover that it wasn't as fatal as your mind imagined. Psychologically, accepting that the worst case scenario can actually happen builds resilience. It reduces catastrophic thinking because you have already faced the reality and you are no longer living in anxious anticipation. You know, this is the essence of exposure therapy. You confront the thing that you fear until it no longer controls you. It also allows the brain to shift from panic mode into executive function mode. You know, where logical thinking and problem solving take place. Facing the worst teaches you that fear is often more paralyzing than reality itself. Spiritually, the worst case scenario can be a form of divine intervention. A cleansing fire that burns away what no longer serves you. You know, it invites surrender, reminding you that you are not in ultimate control. Sometimes it is the soul's way of forcing a reset so that you can step into a more aligned path. You know, when you stop fighting what is, you open yourself to the hidden lessons and blessings in the pain. It is often through your deepest losses that your deepest wisdom is born. In short, sometimes the worst case scenario is the scenario. And that's not the end of you. It's the beginning of the truth. You know, it builds resilience and rewires fear into clarity. It is often an initiation, a stripping away of illusions so you can rise stronger and more aligned. You know, facing it head on transforms it from a nightmare into a turning point. My people, heal. Heal.